For today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at a tooth. And this tooth came from a child. And so this is going to be a baby tooth. And fun fact, baby teeth are actually lettered rather than numbered like adult teeth. And so this letter, I believe, is O. And so it came from the bottom of the mouth, one of the front center teeth. And so we're going to be looking at this under a microscope. So let's get to it. Alright, so we are now under the microscope and we have started at the corner of the tooth, and we're going to work our way across the top and all around the tooth and see what we can see. So to begin with, we see this little chip in the tooth, just wear and tear over time. Now I'm going to be playing with the light a little bit to get the best angles. The white part is the tooth and this black background is just behind it. So we see this big old crack, and our teeth often get these little micro cracks, and that's from just the pressure that gets on them, and sometimes they form these little cracks, especially when you eat popcorn and bite down real hard. Again, I'm playing with the light to try and get you the best view here. And here's the top of the tooth. Getting close to the other side, and we're seeing this brown stuff, and this is just staining on the tooth. Now have mercy in the comment section, because this is a child and children don't typically do the best at taking care of their teeth, but in all honesty, this tooth is actually not in bad shape. Just a few stains. We got this brown here. As we go down here, then there's going to be a line all across the tooth of brown staining, and this is formed at the gum line. And so what happens is you get this buildup of bacteria or debris or food or whatever, and it gets stuck by the gums and it starts to stain the tooth right next to the gums. It's not the easiest to notice this right at the start, and so this stuff is going to stain in a line all the way across, and we'll follow that line here. Again, this really dark staining. We're at the other side, and we followed that brown stain line near the end of the gums. And as we work our way down, we'll get into the section that was below the gums. Here you go, and you see this down here is not staining from bacteria, but this is actually blood that is still on the tooth. It's dried blood, and it's blood stained, I guess. We would call it that. See all that blood. I apologize to anyone who's squeamish about blood, but it is dried, so. And here we have what looks like some dried tissue pieces, or just gum tissue that was stuck to the tooth when it was removed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this tooth over to the other side. So we're looking at the front of the tooth that would be facing the outside of the mouth. We're going to flip this over and see what it looks like. Okay, it's now flipped over, and so we can start to see kind of into that root tunnel right here. Again, all this blood covering the outside of the tunnel. And you can kind of see the inside of it. Not the best here, but again, apologize for all the blood. It is dried, it's not leaking, but we got this whole tunnel all the way around. And this is where the root would be, underneath the gum. Now we see these pieces of microplastic. I don't believe this stuff was in this child's mouth at the time this tooth was removed. This was stored in a plastic bag, and that is likely where some of these microplastics came from. Again, I'm just going to work my way around the tooth. On the back side, we should start to see more staining. Here we go. Because especially children don't do the best at brushing the backs of their teeth. And so they're more likely to stain. And so we got these, we're going to see a lot more staining here. Here's the top of the tooth. It's been a little chipped a little bit there on the corner. Again, our teeth are really strong. We have that coating of enamel on the outside. Very strong, strongest substance in our body. Then we got these big old cracks, and these form from they're called micro cracks, I believe. And they form from just wear and tear on the tooth over time, or biting down really hard, usually onto another tooth or onto something like I mentioned, a popcorn seed. Those things can be pretty hard on your teeth. Now I wanted to show you guys the inside, the root canal here. And this is the tunnel. It's not the best view, but that's the best. I'm holding the tooth up with my hands, so it's a little bit shaky. But there it is, and we've got some tissue going across. And anyway, that's the tooth for you. I hope you'll enjoy today's video. Please like and subscribe. Comment below what you'd like to see on the microscope. And thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time.